Hey everybody, I'm Brian Posehn, comedian, writer, actor, nerd. I've been playing D&D with my friends for a long time. I decided to do a new podcast where we play Dungeons & Dragons in my very own dining room with my wife, kid, and my noisy dogs. So meet my friends,
Sarah,
Ken,
Dan,
Lee.
Now it's time for another episode of Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker, Season 2. Hey everybody, it's Brian Posehn. You're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hi friends.
hello.
Hi. Roger.
Sarah, Ken, Dan, Blaine.
hey.
Oh, hey.
It's off to work we go.
With a thing and a thing.
So we're only 4 episodes into our new adventure
It's true. It's true.
Shit's gotten crazy already.
already.
Supposedly, the moon is going to crash into the planet. You've been told by an assassin during an interrogation that that as long as they have Roke, there's no turning back. That this can't be undone. Oh, and the goddess Zinzarina is supposedly involved somehow. This drow goddess. So. Everyone thought she was dead, but it sounds like maybe she isn't.
I think she's that little boy.
Yeah, at some point you guys are going to have to tell Esmeralda about the whole,
I'll do a quick recap because I like to think we invited a bunch of listeners to come in episode 1 and be like, hey, we're starting a new campaign. And some people were like, oh, I was putting off joining, but now there's episode 1. There surely isn't any.
Yeah, because even Sarah did not realize that there was a connection between...
So I've tried to... I had this idea of like I would let all you guys decide it when we did a new campaign if we would like carry over it all because I didn't know if you'd all want to do new characters. So instead of using some of the new stuff I wrote, I brought in this sort of this plot that's the moon crashing, and you guys did encounter Zinzarina, but it was very briefly, and it was in a very obscure context, so it doesn't matter. Like you're not missing much. But when they encountered Zinzarina, she was a dead god. And here's what I didn't remind you guys of a couple of episodes ago when you were like, Dan, throw us a bone and tell us what the fuck is going on with Zinzarina. You guys at one point went into these drow caves in this sort of collapsed... I love that word, collapsed. Drow city, where they all had one eye. They got to ask this dead god a question, and because multiple questions would make them go crazy, they would take out an eye for every question. And there were a couple of blind people with no eyeballs. They were mostly one eye because they would all ask one question and go on with their lives. But this dead god turned out to be named Zinzarina. This dead god underground in a mina after the apocalypse was just sort of like a fissure in the air, just sort of like shifting shapes. And you assessed that her name was Zinzarina, but she seemed basically powerless, omniscient, but not omnipotent. Not a lot of power, but hyper aware as an astral being might be. And you weren't sure exactly what her place and everything was at the time, but now it seems she is indeed involved somehow in all this moon business.
And just to make it even more, so from Esmeralda's perspective, she would say, moon business?
The world ended. These guys are from a post-apocalyptic future. They went on an adventure in an island. When they went through a storm, the world had ended 1,500 years ago. And they were like, what? And they were allowed to go 1,500 years back to before the world ended. So you're seeing some guys
and killed
who...
Baby Hitler, too. High fives.
He's adorable.
He was. He's a cute
The
kid.
timeline
Little
is very
tiny little
tricky.
mustache.
Yeah, but this is like a prequel.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
This is like a prequel. They went 1,500 years and 30 days back in time. And so 30 days from now, these guys would be going off sailing to this sort of island continent, but instead they're staying behind so they can stop the moon from crashing.
So they know that this is going to happen.
That's like all they know. That's
Yeah.
kind of all Esmeralda is included in on that matters. The
Right.
Zinzarina business is sort of just icing.
Right, but they know that at some point in the next
This is going to
30
go all
days,
Majora's Mask in
something's
30
gonna-
days,
okay.
yeah.
But it's 30 days and 1,500 years.
No.
No?
No, the island lasted 1,500 years, and 1,500 years passed as you went through the storm.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we have 30 days.
Esmeralda's like, I mean, you could have told me in the carriage ride on the way to.
She says as you stand on these stairs, her battle axe implanted in a dead, creepy, crawly zombie thing.
Okay, so apocalypse coming.
Yep.
Biscuits.
Also, yeah, there's some possessed people you hacked apart. The muttered things about biscuits.
Biscuits
Come.
are.
Biscuits are and come see.
Way life used to be.
And hey, really quick, I want to thank Vic Tabak's Dinghy. Thank you, Snake Eyes Unibrow.
Hey, ask me what you do with Vic Tabak's.
What do you do with Vic Taylor?
Thank you. Thank you, Thomas Parton. Thank you.
Dolly's brother.
Thank you, Laserbeaks Cloaca.
Sure.
Thanks, Laserbeaks.
We're going everywhere with this one.
And thank you, Chad Byers, an old friend of mine from Wilmette, Illinois, who used to run a movie theater, and they would let me do stand-up in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chad.
Did anybody else say anything?
Oh, here's a fun one. What's this Patreon name say, Ken?
That says, I'm in love with Dan Telfer.
I have a stalker on Patreon. Aww. And Bubba Skywalker. Thank you, Bubba Skywalker. So, yeah, you guys...
Aunt Baru says that if you don't do your homework, that she ain't gonna pay for your college.
Shut up, Bubba.
Bodhi has... Bodhi,
Tell
you...
Goober says, hey.
Shut the fuck up. Bodhi, as you're
I'm
about
going down
to...
to Tasha Station to pick up some power converter. Y'all
Oh my
suck my
god! You
motherfucking
guys
dick.
know Star Wars quotes. Who would ever have known?
I'll fix to go up my pilot.
We got the death sentence and 12 acres. So you're about to hack Bodhi into this guy again, and you notice there are what is easily another 10 or 12 of these creepy crawlers.
And then
First
those guys
hacker.
are near the door, too, right?
Near the door is Captain Kenwald, Tom, and
Our new friend,
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Twee is down an alley in the opposite direction, and you're kind of between
I
them.
like to call her Esme, but only to
I'm going
myself.
to head towards that door and
Okay,
fight,
there's
fight as I go.
3 guys between you and there. I'm going to say on this turn you encounter one of them.
All right.
So you're kind of just running and hacking, trying
Yeah.
to keep him. Okay. So he sort of reaches out towards you as you approach.
Hack. Yep.
Roll for damage.
That's a shame.
Do-do-do. Where's another 6?
In your butt?
6.
Put a piano in your butt.
Put a tiny mano in your butt. 4 plus fire.
Okay. You want to just sing about butt some more?
You can put anything in your butt, really.
That was a really great Mr. Show sketch where everyone went on that field trip inside the teacher's butt.
That
Or the teacher's grandma's butt, right? Didn't he like bring his
teacher-
grandma?
Mother's ass.
Mother's ass, yeah. It's
Where
Sarah.
do you want to
it's flying
go?
to.
Up your mother's ass. Well, that doesn't sound like we should, be a very good. But it was Odenkirk. It came from we were on lunch break. Everybody left, and Bob and I were just fucking around and riffing, and it came from like smart ass kids pitching this thing to a substitute teacher, and then the teacher just being really sincere, like, okay, well, sure, whatever you guys want to do. We should go up your mother's ass. Okay, well, we'll send out
Permission slips.
permission slips, and you guys will all go up my mother's ass. And then we had a woman who we cast. And
I remember.
like we.
I remember very
in
clearly
commentary, yeah.
other Sarah Silverman. She's like Sarah number 2.
Yes.
Going, come on, everybody, and like.
Yeah, but I still don't think that
So-
woman was completely clear as to what was going on. But there was 5 kids climbing up her ass.
all
Do
Basically.
you
her
remember
ass
her
is
ever
right.
finding out?
No, but I feel like it was pretty vague all day. But then she had like a rope, and then kids behind her. So we could get these
You know what?
shots
Linda
of them
Blair
running
didn't
here.
know all the shit that went on in The Exorcist, so it's perfect.
Did you roll for damage again? I forget what happened in there on that lovely trip up your mother's.
I'll roll again. I thought I did.
I don't remember.
7 plus fire.
Something about that was just terrifying. Yeah, that's your second attack.
Okay.
And then you want to go again?
Sure. Yep.
All right. Roll your damage and then do a dexterity saving throw.
All right. 3 plus fire. And then what do I need?
You need a 15.
Nope.
All right. A bunch of little muscular strands grab a hold of your leg.
Damn it.
And you fall down.
All right.
No.
Go boob.
Twee, you're up. You're walking with this little kid. This little kid says, "Oh, thank you so much for taking me all the way to the gate. Can I hug you real quick?"
No. Hey, I gotta go. I'll see ya.
He reaches out.
No, I'm gone.
You dodging the hug?
Turned so mean,
yeah, I'm
mister.
gone.
Dexterity saving throw difficulty 5.
You were so nice before, mister. Now you're mean, mister.
11.
All right, so you dodge him, and he goes, "Well, all right," and he just leaves.
Wow. What an asshole. You just wanted a hug.
You just didn't hug a kid.
Yeah.
That's-
I'm gonna light this kid up.
What?
Fucking totally light this kid up.
Wait, what?
I'm lighting this kid up.
You don't think he's a real kid? Do you
No.
really?
No, I don't.
What is happening?
Blade. What'd you do, fireballs?
Yeah.
10.
All right.
What he
Wait, really quick. This kid is 5 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, Dan, but Dan Telfer is our dungeon master. So I'm a kid that tries to lure me into an end of an alley, into some boards.
He was trying
And
to
it
get out.
tried to give me a
That's where
hug.
we came in. We were supposed to board it up better.
So what happens?
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
That's exciting.
God damn.
Blaine just changed his alignment.
No, he suspected something bad.
Yeah.
I don't trust the kid either.
I didn't either, but I wasn't gonna light him up.
Don't you guys have a scarab that identifies like what
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it on. Here's
Do
the
you
other
like
thing
detect
too. Here's the
evil,
other thing
or-
too: is this is all taking place when there's a weird cloud full of musculature
Well, it is-
attacking us.
Yeah, it is true. It's-
So I'm not taking any chances.
But he
I
came
think
from
this-
outside and followed us.
I know. I believe me, I'm not.
I'm not saying he's not evil, but it feels like there's a more measured way to take the temperature.
Watch, this give me the end of the whole mission.
Blaine,
Anytime a little kid shows up while you're messing with like a Lovecraftian thing,
You blow him up?
You blow the kid away. Yeah.
That's how it works.
roll
No, I'm not saying I would do that. I'm surprised, but
a charisma saving throw, difficulty 20.
How about an 8? Would that work? Would that work?
So, firebolt.
Yeah.
You pop a couple of firebolts into this kid as he starts walking out of the gate, and he screams and falls to his knees, and you see his charcoal black skeleton fall to the ground. And as his head disconnects and falls to the ground, you become completely sure that it was a human child.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ!
That's pretty rough.
Shut that chicken up. No.
I'm gonna say you have two choices.
Okay.
You can either change your alignment, or for the next 7 days, and with other possible effects, you're going to suffer a penalty on all wisdom, intelligence, and charisma rolls.
Jesus.
You know what? I think I'm just going to take the roll problem.
The what?
I just think I'm just going to take the rolls problem.
The penalty?
Yeah.
All right. Prepare for some interesting rolls in your future.
Okay.
You guys all heard the screams. Only Bodhi was close enough to the alley to turn around and see over his shoulder, but you saw everything.
What was that noise on? What happened? What happened, Bodhi? Bodhi, what was that? What happened?
Hold on.
Captain Kenwald heard it and kind of turns to you, Tom and Esmeralda, and says, I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm a little concerned. And he says, like I said, I'll stay here, but I want you to know I'm here on behalf of the local government, and you know, I have the best intentions here. So please, whatever honor you have, let's try and keep it together. I know things are looking a little frightening, but
How dare you, sir?
Should I light this guy
Every
up?
man and woman here is an honorable. No one would do anything dishonorable in this group of people. I've only known them a short while, but I'm beginning to see the good in all of them.
he looks at you with a little bit of pity and says, "Okay, if you say so, if that's what you believe, whatever helps you sleep at night."
She saw nothing, right?
No, you
just
saw
heard-
nothing. Tom, you're up.
Look, the telltale heart.
I kill everyone. Now, what are we being attacked? We're just working our way into this building.
You are kind of with Captain Kenwald and Esmeralda. You can sort of create a perimeter at the doorway.
Yeah.
You can head inside.
Can I cast grease? I want to look inside, see what's going on inside the building.
Yeah, we were trying to. I think that's where we were.
Okay,
right?
so you poke a head in and everything's quiet. It seems abandoned at the moment. There's still, bowls and silverware on all the tables, but there's
Is it dusty and old, or just newly abandoned?
a little bit dusty and old.
Okay. Anything
Seems a couple weeks.
dangerous nearby us?
Inside, everything's very quiet. Outside, yeah, there are about 15 of these things.
Any headed our way?
They're all headed your way.
Oh, well.
There's maybe one or two it looks like are headed in another direction, but most of them are headed towards this door.
Firebolts at them.
Go for it. I am nauseous.
What? I don't blame myself. That kid was gonna kill me.
I figured something like that was gonna happen, but it was the timing that really took me off guard. I was
he's on his
this
way
is-
out.
Yeah, I
It's
was like, this is done. Excuse me.
Made it. Nope.
Where's parents dead?
Ooh, 10.
Where's parents dead?
2 10s.
You don't know.
I'm asking you.
You don't know.
I love that. That's my favorite kind of DMing. You keep your
Two
secrets,
10s.
Dan.
2 10s?
Yeah.
All right, kadoosh. One of these things is toast. In fact, it's the one that was in front of Bodhi that left.
Is
so
Bodhi on the ground? He was going to try to come inside, but he'd fallen to the
fell.
ground.
he's on his tushy.
Okay.
So he just had to crane his
your
head to the
tushy.
side. And he could see over his shoulder what went down.
Got it. Okay.
Tushy.
Captain Kenwald starts running over towards Bodhi. Doesn't quite make it over to him. But crawlers keep approaching. Twee, you notice there is one of them at the end of the alley between you and the triangle. Tom, you're up. Or no, you just went. Esmeralda, you're up.
Okay. So I guess I'm just trying to get everyone inside the door. Does it feel like people are, Bodhi's down. Does he look like he's about to be overtaken?
It's not entirely sure. He looks like one of his legs is being kind of pulled into this thing's torso area.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot that thing with an arrow then.
Go for it.
A crossbow, rather.
We're gonna say its armor class is only a 10, but I'm gonna
Called shot.
Yeah, it's a
ish.
called shot. So
Kind of.
you gotta We gotta roll a 12.
Okay. I have to roll a 12 or I have to get to a 12 with my bonus?
You have to get to a 12 with your bonus.
8 plus 4.
That'll do it.
The number is 12.
Tiz, roll your
Yes.
damage.
7 plus 2 is 9. There was just a look exchanged between the DM and the child murderer at our table. So
Yeah, I didn't think that would happen so fast. Great. So,
That kid was gonna absorb me or something.
plunk, it goes into this thing. Bodhi, you're up.
I'm going to scramble towards where Esmeralda and everybody else is.
All right, do a strength
I'm
check.
gonna smother and chunk my way over there.
Difficulty 17.
Yep.
So you manage to drag yourself a solid 10 feet, but this thing is not letting go of your leg yet. You got a bonus action. What you gonna do?
Slice at it.
Go for it.
Bonus action,
chop it
bonus
up.
action.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
All right, roll for damage.
9.
So this thing's pretty fucked up, but it's not quite dead and it's not quite letting you go.
9 plus fire.
It looks really fucked up, but it's hanging on.
I'll take another slash at it.
Go for it.
Yes.
All right, it goes splat. Unless, there's no way.
Okay, 7.
Yeah,
Fire.
its head falls off.
Good.
Remember when that happened a few minutes ago too?
No.
Twee, you're up.
There's a thing on the ground underneath me, right?
And there's a charred corpse on the other side.
Of a 5-year-old child.
I know. A 5-year-old child who was coming at me with a knife.
You see, glistening in the ashes, a single gold coin.
Hey, it's Lucky.
You know what? I'm not going to pick it up. It's probably hot. I'm going to position myself out of range, but above the thing on the ground, and just fire some firebolts into it.
Great, roll for damage.
genuinely thought that he meant the pile of ashes for a moment, but that's not right. Okay.
8.
Great, kadoosh, kadoosh. It gets knocked back a little bit, but it's still going.
Is this between him and us?
It's at the end of the alley. He's,
Okay.
if I may, I promise I'm not picking the marker up too.
Oh, of course.
We walked him all the way to here, which was sort of the boarded up area, and then one of these little crawler guys tried to cut him off at the pass, and he's got to kind of get past him. Once he does, he can make it over here.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he could try to fly right over it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a floating.
Yeah, I just don't want this thing coming back and killing us.
The captain gets over to Bodhi. He helps you up. You guys run over. And now it's just a matter of Twee getting there. And he does pretty quickly. But as you guys all get to the door, you realize there's like 25 of these crawlers. They've just been starting to...
Outside the door.
Coming from between all the buildings, heading towards you.
got
The commotion got their attention, and the increased commotion got more attention. You gonna head in? Captain's kind of got the door open, waving you.
Yeah, if these guys are going to
Yeah,
follow us.
are they on their way?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we set up like some sort of perimeter or something, or like
Let's get inside. There's a
Barricade the
door,
door?
so we can at least get inside and then figure
Once you get in, the
Yeah.
captain, on autopilot, just runs over to one of the heavy oak tables and starts dragging it towards the door.
okay?
He continues to do this for 4 days.
Are you going to help him or do something else? If you help him, you can barricade the door more than
Help
if you
him.
let him do it by himself.
Helping. Who's up
Why
to
don't you
help?
guys do that? I'm gonna sing a little song of rest for everybody.
Okay. Is anyone besides Tom
helping,
helping with the
helping.
barricade?
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
I was gonna set a
Take the side
snare
of that table
in
for
front of
everybody.
right in front of where someone might come in. cast snare.
Okay, there are two large windows that are about 5 feet up, but you feel like these things might be able to crawl up to them.
Oh, okay.
So if you're barricading,
Cool.
if these guys barricade, focus on the door, these windows are still kind of
Okay, so I can do it. Should I set? I can set it right below the windows
I'm
now.
gonna say Tom heads over to the captain. They start working on the door. Bodhi goes and starts blocking up a window. You want to set a trap on the
Yeah.
remaining window?
Sure. Well, it has to be on the floor, so
Okay.
yeah. So
Somebody
I'll
wanna
set it
roll
in
a
front of
D8
them.
for hit points.
Sure.
I'm good.
Does his song help with getting spell slots back, like a rest, or is it just for hit points?
I think it does.
The rest, yeah.
Let me cast this real quick, and then you can sing. To
What
me.
is it again? The trap?
It's just a snare. It's the first level snare
okay,
spell.
okay. For some reason, I was looking up ensnare. That's ensnaring strike.
Yeah, just snare. You use the rope to create a circle with a 5-foot radius. When you finish casting, the rope disappears and the circle becomes a magic trap, triggered when a small, medium, or large creature moves onto the ground or floor in the spell's radius.
Cool. All right. Everything seems pretty well blocked off. There's one window that's a little. It looks unguarded, but you know there's a magic trap underneath it.
I just got.
So do I get my spell slots back now? He's going to sing to me?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Sure.
Oh, thanks. All right.
Whatever the rule is, I'm saying fuck it. It sounds good to me.
I don't know.
I feel like there's a solid 50-50 chance that you get it back. And if you wouldn't, then I don't care.
You just don't care about anything anymore, do you?
We just got 6
I
points
mean,
of
it's
health
hard
back.
to care about some of the more arbitrary things after I am responsible for a certain narrative portion of tonight's events. Captain Kenwell does walk over to you, Twee, and say, what was that noise?
Oh, some shit got up close. Sorry.
You were walking that kid to the other end of the alley. What happened back there?
What kid?
He looks at Bodhi. You saw what happened.
Oh man.
I'm a captain of the guard. I'm not going to arrest you. You clearly outnumber me. I want you to be honest.
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I have a feeling. God, I don't know.
Doesn't sound good. Did he attack you?
I was being led to believe it was going to get bad.
By what, the universe, the sadness around you, couldn't handle it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You might need a little stronger stomach for what's coming up if you can't handle this sort of thing. You're going to wash out real quick.
Oh man.
Okay.
So, Esmeralda, you know that there is a sort of cellar door, but then once you go down a flight of stairs, there's a whole bunch of interconnected rooms, and you're thinking...
It's like the pizza place under the child. Oh my God! It all makes sense.
You feel like it's worth testing the doors, and maybe you'll right away notice that someone's barricaded that.
Okay.
And
So,
I do so.
And yeah, it's stuck. It seems like someone on the other side.
I knock.
No response.
Hello?
But it does feel like someone on the other side blocked it.
Yeah.
There's nobody in here.
We say you who? I don't want to try to bust it down.
Knock, knock, who's there?
I guess I call out, if anyone, is anyone alive down there?
No response. It's a heavy wooden door.
We're humans. We're here to help. Well, mostly. Wait, actually, none of us are human, but we're.
Captain
I'm
Kenwell says,
half
well, I'm
human.
human.
We're humanoid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm half human, and we got one other. Nothing.
No, but as you do that, you realize like the tunnel kind of goes down a little bit. There's a chance there could be people down there and they just don't hear you, or that
Right.
it sounds suspicious. They just can't make out exactly what's being called out. So
Does anyone have any kind of like messaging or communication type spell or ability that we could?
Unseen servant or the hand? That's about it.
Like a hand appears on the other side of the door.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 words. First word
Yeah.
sounds like.
No.
Sedative?
All right, then I guess.
well, you don't know. I mean, there's probably a lot of ways you could get this open.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Can I pick the lock?
Dan was gonna.
You could try. Yeah.
What is it, a ghost? Is there a ghost? I'm gonna pick the lock.
Okay. All right.
Your heart beating under the floorboards.
Checking for traps.
Lock picking is so. I don't know why. I think I came up with. Yeah, it's just a matter of I give you the difficulty class and you got to beat it on a 20 roll. I think.
All right.
So it doesn't seem like it's a traditional lock. It seems like they've got some kind of wedge on the other side as you pull on it. It doesn't. It seems like there is a key, there is a lock, but it's not being used. It seems like they've barricaded it. So you think you can pull it off using some fancy handiwork by kind of jostling things, but it's going to be a difficulty 15.
Okay. Based on what skill? Do you have any kind of bonus? Or?
You probably do. I think it would be. Someone at home is like, I'm gonna leave a really long comment.
Oh, I think I just looked this up for some reason.
Did what?
I just looked this
Lock
up for
picking.
some reason.
Wow.
It's dexterity.
Dexterity. Interesting.
So
That's a good one for me.
But there's like a proficiency also, right? Or kit.
Yes,
yeah,
I have
you
a
need the kit, and he has
I
the
have a thieves
kit.
yeah.
And he's also got a bunch of lock picks. I believe what I said was you could try a certain number of times, but you start going through the lock picks every time you fail, a la Skyrim. So if you can do a 20 roll with, I think you get a +4.
Yes.
Give it a shot.
11 or better. 12.
Boom. So yeah, you manage to get one of the longer picks underneath and knock a piece of wood off the inside, and the thing opens up. You notice there is a lantern lit down there.
Uh-oh. That means the presence of someone who lit it.
What you
I'm a
guys gonna do?
detective. Scope out the room.
Should we like call ahead? I mean, if it's barricaded, I feel like they're trying to keep away. We should like
possible.
announce our presence at least in some non-threatening way.
Hello, who's in here?
Leave me.
Are you all right?
No.
What?
Did you barricade the door to protect us? Or yourself?
At first, myself. Now you.
I close the door back up and leave.
Maybe it's a kid. Let Blaine
I
kill
don't.
it.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
I don't leave.
I'm all lubed up.
I'm gonna peek around the
Popped
corner.
your kid chilling cherry.
Oh man, now I can't stop.
You realize
like
that the
Pringles.
voice is coming from 3 storage rooms down.
For the
I love that band.
Having a party.
You'd have to go farther down.
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
tunnel.
go farther down.
So you go down and you see that somebody is chained up in the dark in the back of the room. It looks like sort of
it's
improvised
not one of these
chains.
guys
It
again.
looks almost like something that you would use for livestock, and they're
Oh,
just
he's an
sort
old
of
friend.
Okay, what's happened to you?
some real bad stuff went down here in the college. I think you should leave.
No, I know. Can you please just tell me what
Bring the
happened to you? There
lantern
may be a
over.
way that we can help.
Bring the lantern over so we can see.
So you pick the lantern off the wall, and you see that they've got one of those sort of muscle tissue legs, and that's it. Otherwise, they're like a normal person, but it's sort of.
That's not so bad.
But it's the bigger leg, and it's that.
Yeah, it's we'll just cut it off.
Can
He's got that leg chained to the chain down.
All right.
Can I cast mending as a cantrip that might fix it? It says that I can fix a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn
More
cloak,
healing, I would think.
or maybe a leg that's
that
like a
fucked up
weird
human.
muscle robot leg.
I'm gonna cut his leg
Let's
off.
see. Pairs a single break or tear in an object, such as broken link, 2 halves. It doesn't say anything about
Doesn't say I can't.
organic living tissue. You can try.
Yeah, turn him into a chair.
Cool. So,
Or I guess someone who could actually heal.
it's a
could try.
transmutation
Yeah.
cantrip. So,
Oh.
I mean,
Well, someone else can try who, if we feel like healing will be better, but
Yeah.
maybe we can actually fix it, right?
yeah, he says, I don't know what's going on, but unless you can, like magically take care of this leg, I wouldn't trust me. I've seen what people like me can do now.
Would it help to grease his leg up?
Would it help if I killed his child?
Would it?
I don't have any kids. Why are we talking about this?
Do you guys saw these creatures before, right? These things with the muscle.
No.
Oh, I thought Island of Dr. Moreau.
They were inferring a lot from the last campaign. I really tried not to bring too much over from the last campaign.
Oh, okay.
There's just this one goddess who died at the cataclysm and may have caused it. But
Do I feel like this may be magically done?
it's for sure magic. In fact, you all get a sense that this is some sort of demonic
it's magic.
possession type situation.
So there's I have an identify spell that can tell me what has affected, what spell is affecting it, or what magic is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that? Mm-hmm. Okay, I do that.
As you cast Identify, you get a really otherworldly vibe. It feels like something from another plane of existence is inhabiting his body and trying to change its physical properties.
I explain that to them. Mm-hmm. We need a priest
Can
here.
we perform a trans-dimensional exorcism?
Yeah.
You can try. I mean,
I could never.
Twee has patched a wizard with no arms or legs into an undead ant and
true.
turned it into a whole new different kind of creature. So
I want you to say trans-dimensional exorcism again, but I want you to say it with a mouthful of soup.
So, like in his Tom voice.
yeah, that,
Trans-dimensional exorcism. And go.
what do you guys want to do? This guy wants to die and shoo you out of here.
Well, I mean, at the very least, we could maybe try to cut off his leg. Does it feel like his whole body is taken over, or just the limb?
He's
is affected?
afraid and thinks his whole body is gonna.
But from the
say
identify,
we
I should
cut
be able
the
to tell
leg
if
off.
it's limited.
It
to-
seems limited to his leg at the moment.
Okay, so I
Cut
tell
his
him,
leg off. Cut his leg off. Cut his leg
Sir?
off. Cut his damn leg off.
Let's ask him how he feels about it. I explained to him that it feels like it's limited to his leg, and would he like us to try to?
He says, "Oh my God, cut it off! I don't care."
Okay.
All right, I'm going to look through the scarab to see if there's a change in aura
good
to see
idea.
how far we need to cut.
Funny you should say that. His leg below the knee is bright orange, and all this tissue is glowing orange, but the rest of him is just swirling gray.
There we go. So
Which you know from experience usually just means he's alive, the gray part.
cutting at the
Are you ready
end of the
to
gray.
heal him once we do this?
We'll tie him off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to try to cast that mending spell first? Or are you going to...
No, I think if we're just going to
do it
we're going to
after.
cut it
You're
off.
just going to hack it right off?
Yeah, and the mending spell's
and
for
then mend
stuff.
the-
No, I think he
alright.
needs to heal.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anyone have any medical?
I'm gonna make sure that
Somebody
my
here had a
healing
really
spell
good.
is ready.
Twee's got a ridiculous medicine, but
Yeah, and I think just putting a
Amputate.
tourniquet on it before I cut it off.
Yeah.
With
Would
my
it help?
ward.
What about cutting it with my
The
fire sword?
Fire sword? Sure.
So then
You might cause fire
Does it cauterize
damage.
at the end? Oh, yeah.
It might cause too much damage.
Okay.
anyway.
you take out your sword and light it up with fire, and he goes, "Ah!"
Okay, never mind.
He's just nervous.
Okay, I pour alcohol all over the. What would be the best?
Alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
You do have a
My
flask of whiskey,
full
yeah,
of-
yeah.
Oh,
that I got from the Thane.
Fresh
I
whiskey
only know
from
whiskey.
a dead man.
I've never heard of alcohol.
Gin.
I'm very well read,
you
as I
some sort of
mentioned, that
alchemist?
she knows that there's some type of connection.
Are you a
between-
chemistrician?
I'm an eldritch knight, sir.
I'm just as
So
good, baby.
who's doing this? We know who's doing the healing.
Who is
If he has a medical ability,
cut him
would
off,
doing the
he'll
cutting
heal.
actually be better for him to do?
Get a
Does
healing
he have
spell
medical
ready.
ability?
If Blaine does the cutting, it'll be a pause before he can cast the healing
Okay,
spell.
so who
but-
wants to?
Alright,
Someone
I'll do the
cut?
cutting.
Okay.
You do the healing.
All right, Tom.
Do you feel something, anything?
Medicine roll, difficulty of 18.
Medicine rolls against wisdom, intelligence.
It's a wisdom. I'm looking at your sheet, and according to D&D Beyond, you have a +3 to your medicine.
Oh, well, how do you know?
So, roll that medicine.
Come on, medicine. 19.
Oh, you aced that shit. So you make a real clean cut right above the magic aura.
You're welcome.
Your scarab in one hand. Because you scored so high, you are able to hold the scarab and just feel like you could not have saved more of the leg.
Can I go back in time just briefly and give that guy some of the flask also before we cut his leg off?
He's just happy to have his
He says, "Thank you for rewinding time." He grabs the flask and pours it down his throat. And
I hope I don't have to roll again.
Blaine,
15.
Great. Roll for healing, please.
Oh no, we forgot he has a ding on his rolls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We don't know how big it is. Are you going to tell us?
Nope, we're gonna see what happens.
Detail.
Cure wounds, right?
Yeah, cure wounds.
There's not a bad picture of Donald Trump. Have you noticed that? It's like he doesn't take a bad photo.
Where do you? It's 1d8 per slot.
Because he looks terrible anyway.
He's just always.
You say 8?
Yes.
He's a super handsome dude.
Cool.
Presidential.
You wave your hand, and for some reason, this guy just doesn't feel better,
Okay.
and the blood starts to pour out.
Tourniquet.
So listeners don't think that was a totally crazy out of nowhere. There is a picture of Trump, a Mad Magazine.
No,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
cartoonish, super cartoony.
I don't know. I
picture
kind of
him.
liked the idea of listeners going, "It was really hilarious when Brian mentioned Donald Trump out of fucking nowhere."
Well, just fucking snowflake. He's obsessed. He's just out of nowhere.
Okay, who else has any kind of medicine bonus? Because I don't.
I have medicine. I don't know if I can heal.
You could try to stop.
At least
I stopped the
bind
Tourniquet.
it. Yeah.
Can they cauterize it? Yeah.
All right. Tell me how you're doing it.
I'm using my tiefling fireness to help cauterize
Dummy.
the injurization of this victim.
Wait, what? Are you breathing fire on him?
No,
Oh.
I can't breathe fire.
Oh, what can you? What do you? What's
He's no
fire?
longer a
I'm
dragonborn.
but I am still fiery.
Still into fire.
Yeah, I'm super into
I
fire.
mean, we could just bind his, tourniquet his leg.
Well, you have tourniqueted, but you said it's bleeding, so we need to cauterize it. Do we have any sort of gunpowder or what else do you use? What
First
do you
roll the
use?
tourniquet. Do a
Okay.
20 difficulty 10.
19.
Boom! You get this thing all wrapped up as tight as you
Good
can.
job. Good job.
I assume I'm just gonna give you as a freebie. You put some kind of cloth around the stump.
Yes, and there's like a powder you put on a wound. I can't remember what it is. What do they use in the field?
Saltpeter.
Yeah, I'm thinking gunpowder would work, but I don't know if I have any.
I don't know. He has lost 9 hit points so far.
Would there be anything in the tinderbox that would help that, or?
Yeah, I mean you've got like a little bit of powder and
All right, I'll put
flint and steel.
Put that on there. And
I mean, I can try to cast amend, which is only for like torn pieces of paper, but it couldn't really hurt.
pour some more whiskey.
All right,
on
roll
can
a
actually
28.
heal.
This one's gonna be difficulty 15.
it. 2. That's almost
Okay,
50.
so he
I have a plus 15.
he bites down on a piece of his robe and he's trying not to scream.
Yeah,
Where's
You've just kind
Sorry,
of
buddy.
burned his open
Cornhold
wound.
or whatever. What's his name?
Captain Kenwald.
Kenwald.
Pointing at me and saying cornhole.
Well, the guy he's got to know some. He's a right.
Yeah, he says if you want to let me in there, there's some basic stuff I can try. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't know if
Please
it's
get in
gonna-
here.
Try some of that basic stuff you do.
So he bends over and he uses his flint and steel to heat up the edge of his sword. And he tries to cauterize it as best he can. Yeah, there's more screaming. And he manages to do it, but the guy is just ash white and barely conscious.
He's in shock. It's normal.
Maybe a song of healing.
Start him off with 50 cc's of D5W and an IV of Ringer's lactate.
Yeah. Can you try a different spell or a different song or however that works?
You can try.
I can do a Song of Rest.
Roll the healing dice for this guy.
6.
Cool. He gets 1 point of healing.
Is he still going down?
It's
or
not
is he stabilized?
sexual, is it? Is it sexual healing? 'Cause I don't know that one.
I mean, that
Wake
is
up,
that
wake
is
up,
good for
wake
you.
up, wake up.
He's conscious, but yeah, he looks like a feather could kill him.
Keep all feathers away from this guy.
He says, I don't know if that worked, but I sure hope so, because that really fucking sucked.
Sorry.
It's better than having a
Wait, did you just
weird
kill him?
meat leg.
No.
Did you just put him out of his misery? What was that?
No. I just rolled all these. My new.
You just got bored and wanted to make a
Skull
heavy,
smashers or
whatever
heavy
they're
thing
called.
fall down.
Yeah. Skull splitters.
Captain Kenwald says, do you want to keep looking for survivors or do you want to get out of here?
I think we should keep looking. And also, do I know if there's anything down in these storage areas that might be able to help? Like maybe there's some type of herbs or medicine that might... Maybe
You think there might be,
infirmary is
yeah,
down
there's
here?
one of the storage rooms on the other side of the hall you think probably has spices and something in there might be like a healing type of thing.
We could make him delicious.
You think in large quantities there is stuff that might help him heal. You know, you're not sure. You'd have to make a dice roll with nature to try to pull it off.
Okay.
But
10 cc's of paprika stat.
you also know there's a tunnel through one of the broom closets down here that will take you to the dorms. So there's another way out of here this way.
Okay,
where
so
kids in the
are you guys
dorms
cool if
sneak
I
down to
just
get brooms.
if I try to collect some herbs for this guy first, and then we can?
No problem.
Oh, the sentence ended in a different place than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, roll your 20, please.
This is my nature, or this is just seeing if I find anything.
See, this is your nature, yeah.
Oh, okay. What, you're not going to tell me what the difficulty?
I wasn't gonna.
Okay, all right, good. 15
Yeah,
plus 1.
Yeah, you got it. You
I put
find
oregano all over him.
no, you find something called just what is it? Green air, and you get like a bag of it and you bring it over. It's basically aloe, and you know that it'll soothe the wound. So, yeah, you bring it over and
Does he seem a little better?
yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, gets another hit point. Breathing a little deeper. How much time we got left, Sam?
Is 14 minutes.
Oh, cool. Great. So this guy sort of is able to hop up on one leg. You see his demon leg just kind of sitting there motionless on the floor, and the motionless seems reassuring. You're glad that it's not twitching or squirming or trying to grab you or anything like that.
Hey, while we have a moment of quiet, I just thought since we're in a brief break time,
It's all right.
could we we've got a bunch of amulets, right? Or stuff from
You
the
do.
so maybe we could just investigate, do a quick figuring out what those do, because what if they're very helpful right now in our situation?
Cool. Did you guys write down how many you grabbed? I know you
I have
got two
two.
on the first pass. Did
I have-
everybody grab one?
I'm pretty sure you guys got stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is it not
We were
on your?
18 down, didn't we?
I think each of you got one and you got two.
I got 2 and a rolled piece of paper.
Cool. You open up the rolled piece of paper and it's directions to another college.
Okay.
And the rest of you guys, you've got identify, right? So you can just straight up tell.
Yes, although I'm not. This is my first time playing this type of character, so I'm not sure with the spell slots. If every time I do it, I lose that spell. I think I have to rest, do like a long rest or something like that before I can use it again. So
Yeah, I'm gonna check
Part of
real
your special-
quick.
Kit or regular?
my special kit.
Well, because I have.
It's
like
a straight up cantrip,
It's just
right?
it's
Oh, if
Or no, it's not a
cantrip.
cantrip.
it's not a cantrip. It's a spell, and I have 3 spell slots.
Yeah,
so,
it's level 1.
So I can. I don't know if I can like cast it 3 times, but then I have to rest afterwards, or cast it 2 times or whatever.
I don't.
You find out how many charges it has, if any. Yeah, I think it's just once a day, or once.
One, it's like like a slot.
Yeah, it's one slot. It's the first level.
That means I can use it. I mean, isn't that how that works? I don't know. I guess this is what I'm asking because I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
I thought that I just could use up the slots and then I like recharge the slots.
Yeah,
when I
to rest. Yeah. So
I'm sure someone
you can do
will-
it once and then you can rest and then maybe.
Or couldn't I do it 3 times and then rest? Just use all my slots and then rest.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how long a long rest is. Sorry.
So
this
how?
is me-
So which
can we
ones
do
are
it-
you gonna? Which ones are you gonna?
Well, nobody else knows what they have apparently, right? So I'm going to start with my 2, and
Mm-hmm.
then if someone has something.
Yeah, you've got the one really good one that you've got the most magical vibe off
Okay.
of, and that is a water breathing amulet.
Okay.
The other one you have.
Not very helpful at this moment, but
The other one you have allows you to cast hover once per day. And who else you grabbing?
anybody?
I don't know what I have.
Okay, well,
What did I have?
Amulets.
Tom spoke up first, so
2 hit points. While you wear it, he gets 2 extra hit points while he wears it.
oh, cool. Write it down. He's just sitting there listening.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
You
me?
don't
I
have
haven't
it- you don't have
had
it.
that.
I'll write it down for you. I'll write it down for you.
You have to wait she's used up all her identify spells for the moment, so she can rest or she can.
2 HP. Hey, why don't you put the amulet on the guy without a leg right now?
Sure.
Right?
Great idea.
Won't that help him?
You put it on him, and he gets a little color back in his skin.
Yay.
And he's like, "All right, when are we gonna get going? Are we safe down here? Let's tell me what's the plan. What's the plan?
Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Did you kill all the monsters?
Oh, yeah.
What about the children? Did you kill all the children?
Somebody.
No, just the one.
Okay, good, because they're selling Girl Scout cookies this time of year. I'm real scared of kids. Real manipulative.
So terrible.
Okay, so we were gonna head out.
Or yeah, you're not gonna rest and try to refill.
Well,
your
that's what I
spell.
was gonna try to look up, but that's very boring. So maybe you guys could do something else while I try to figure that out.
What's going on upstairs? Are they trying to bust down the door or anything? Any?
It's been relatively quiet so far. Do you want to
I
scout
like
up there?
that. I like quiet. Yeah.
You come upstairs. Everything's still quiet, but you hear some sort of quiet shuffling on the other side of the barricades.
Every day.
And there is one open sort of window. It's not open, but it's not covered by dining tables and chairs and other furniture.
Once you set
That's
a
what
snare in
spaghetti
front?
She set
muscles
the
is
ensnare trap
Okay.
over there, and
Right.
if you get just close enough, you think you can see the tops of some waving muscle tissue just at the bottom of the door, 5 feet off the ground, or the bottom of the window. The pane of the window is 5 feet off the ground, and you feel like there's something just there.
All right. I will let it be for now.
All right. Head back down.
Yeah.
Let everyone know.
Yeah.
That's the scoop, everybody. What you gonna do? Something's gonna happen in about 60 seconds unless you do something.
I have to sleep in order to get my spells back, so hope I
do
need to
that.
breathe underwater pretty soon. Because otherwise, that was a real
Check out
waste
the rest
of...
of this room.
Look for a large puddle to swim away into.
So there's a passageway to the quarters.
Yeah, you know, if you go, you can get down to the dorms,
Yeah.
which is farther into the college.
So is that cool with everybody?
It's cool with me.
Go to the doors, yeah.
So, I think I brought a map of this. Yeah. So, you guys kind of this little see where there's like a triangle. That's where you fought the guys. This is very zoomed out, but the dorms are down here a little bit. So you're heading farther in. There's a big wall here that you guys went through a gate. So just so you know, as you go through this tunnel, you're aware that it might be easier to climb the wall to escape the college than it would be to go out the way you came. Just because of how many creatures were
Right.
swarming, you feel a little bit Resident Evil'd in at the moment. You come out, and the other end of this tunnel is sort of another broom closet, and that opens up into sort of a rec room. There's just a lot of sort of just little you'll spell practice
Paddling,
area.
Foosball table.
It seems very pretentious, though. There's a lot of books laying around, a lot of couches.
Gravity's rainbow.
TK.
Esmeralda, you immediately get kind of like the hair on the back of your neck stands up because you're like, oh, this is where the shitty spellcaster kids kind of is a different part of the school where they didn't like the Blades. They didn't like the Eldritch Knights too much. They thought you guys were a bunch of brutish idiots who are sort of allowed into their school.
Right.
But again, no signs of life at the moment.
Yeah, wait till Milo shows up to speak.
Once you make it to yet another building that seems largely cleared out, you all get kind of a weird feeling, obviously. And the guy whose leg you cut off says, I don't know if you saw some of those things outside, but I think that's where most of the students are now. I think most of the students got turned into something else.
They just turned into those things. They didn't left.
So, you know, there's like a stairwell sort of on the other side of this room behind a couple of couches, but
Up or down?
up. You're in a basement right now.
Got it.
Basement rec room.
So are we thinking that there aren't then any people to find, or is he just saying like,
I think they've all been turned. 'Cause
Your
we're
your
not
new
finding
friend, who
Yeah.
again you haven't really introduced yourselves
oh
to
yeah,
yet.
sorry,
He
sorry,
goes,
just saved your life and all, but
He's not my friend, he's family.
He says, "Hi, I'm Carl. What's going on, guys?"
hi Carl,
Bodie.
Esmeralda.
Hey, yeah.
to
So
Are you
there
a
might be
student?
other survivors. No, I was here for some party.
Oh yeah, we should probably hear about this party from you, huh?
Oh, it was a shitty party.
Yeah.
So one of my friends who goes to the school said, "Hey, you should come check this thing out. We've got these guys doing like a little fortune telling party." And I was like, "A fortune telling party in a magic school? That sounds fun, sure." But none of these guys really do clairvoyant stuff, and they all seemed like they didn't really know what to expect. So this guy sat down and started conjuring spirits, and things turned into a bloodbath within like 5 minutes. It was
Idiot.
kind of screwed up.
Who was the guy who sat down and started conjuring?
Oh, he was a weird. He's one of those elves. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Drow.
Yeah. One of those drow elves. So he was real gross looking, and everyone thought it was kind of cool that there was a drow here because you don't see them too much. But yeah, he offered everyone these drinks, and it was really good alcohol, and I feel like that might be what got my leg.
That's bad news.
Okay.
Did he say what his name was?
He did, but I can't quite remember. I think it
What's it rhyme
was.
with?
I
Give
think
me $20. Maybe this will
Have Blaine give him a gold coin. That'll end up
he's
nice.
having a hard time remembering. It almost seems like it's because he's sick. He's having a hard
Yeah.
time with some of the details.
I understand.
So this was the thing, that there have been these like parties that have all around. This is what the Thane was going to have us investigate, and I guess this is tied into
Transformation parties.
what you guys.
Yeah, like the people I saw drink almost all seemed to grow things and become immobile on some level, and then the people who were closer to this guy, who just in proximity, just seemed like they turned inside out. All their skin just sort of got peeled off.
Kids turning into muscle monsters. The latest campus trend.
I only had a sip. I was like halfway into a sip, and I just tried to book it out of there, and I thought I was fine for a while. I got all the way to the banquet hall. And
Bro,
then-
for real.
yeah, dude. But then when I felt my leg was messed up, I was like, oh, I don't want to like give some kind of plague to the city, so I hid in the basement. And,
It's very noble of you.
Very
myself up.
conscientious.
you.
well, once you've seen 20 people turned inside out, you kind of grow a conscience a little bit.
I saw that at a playground once.
Oh,
on the
yeah?
swings.
Did you grow a conscience once at a playground where there were kids?
Yeah.
No, he just killed it.
Long time ago.
He was like, so we should maybe look for more survivors. There was a bunch of people like me who were just sort of visitors on the campus. I mean,
You think there are any survivors?
I wasn't the
That
only one
sounds
who ran out of
everybody
the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they ran
there was
away.
a lot of kids at this party, and I know some people.
Where do you think they might have run?
Well, there's just, I don't know, maybe shelters of some kind. I don't know. A bunch of them probably left.
You know this town at all?
Yeah, I live in the town.
There's probably everyone's still on campus because everything got boarded up. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Esmeralda, you know
Yeah.
that some people escaped like you, but they were kind of ostracized and run out of town a little bit. So,
yeah. So okay. So we're gonna keep looking for survivors. Should we be heading
You had
towards
any
like?
ideas where they might have gone?
again, your
Yeah.
two other ideas are maybe the empty buildings
Yeah,
in
but-
your neck of the woods, or you've already looked at the banquet hall and the tunnels under the banquet hall. So that's sort of like your.
Okay, let's go to whichever's closest. If you guys are good with that.
Yeah.
Right. So you make it
totally
up the
good with
dorms. You don't hear everything's real quiet. Once you get to the first floor, you peek out the window, and the sidewalks on the streets are lamp lit, and they seem strangely quiet. Although you do notice there is a bush on fire. It looks just
It's God.
it's sort of quietly smoldering. It doesn't look that interesting. It just looks like, there's a wreckage. And if you look a little closer, you notice it looks like there's some sort of building has collapsed. There's a lot of just sort of smashed up buildings. It looks like there was a lot of sort of violent explosions or something. And the ground shakes a little bit.
Oh.
What do you guys want to do?
Shakes like, does it feel like an earthquake, or does it feel like
It
somebody's
sure
coming?
feels a lot like an earthquake.
It's not like it does an earthquake and then stop and then an earthquake and stop like big footsteps, does it?
Well, right now you felt like what was a 1.2 right on top of you.
Okay.
Is it long or quick?
Yeah, it was like a solid 8 seconds, long enough
okay.
for you all to
So
kind of
we're
make
all
eye
good.
contact
Would
with
you
each
place
other.
like a cup of water out like on top of
On the dashboard?
on a dashboard maybe? And
Yeah, maybe
Do a reenactment of Jurassic Park scenes?
maybe T-Rex is going to come up and sing Telegram Sam.
You hear a really loud rumbling noise after the earthquake goes away.
Bodie.
sorry.
From where? Which direction?
Outside, and underneath
outside
you, and
this.
kind of all around you a little bit.
All right, I think we just keep moving.
Yeah.
You feel like if you open this door, Esmeralda, from here, these dorms, you can just kind of run across. So you're
quad.
You're kind of here in the middle, and the blades are just back here. So you just got to kind of run down the street, and
Okay.
you can get there. So you do?
Why not?
All right. Everybody roll a dex check, difficulty 15.
9. That's 15, right?
Yeah. 15.
17.
So those of you who didn't make it, you get tripped up a little bit, and the guy on one leg straight up falls down.
Oh,
Carl.
I forgot about Carl.
Captain Kenwald's
help
been
Carl.
trying to help him.
I'll help.
Slipped out of his grip. Kenwald's okay, but the ground shakes heavy. It's bigger, and the mage tower, kind of off to your left, is shaking violently from side to side.
Stay away from the mage tower.
The ground doesn't stop shaking at this point.
We got to just keep
Get outta
moving.
here.
Can we keep
Well,
going
I'm
to
gonna
we're
help
going to a
Ken-
structure, right? So let's just keep going, heading across to where we're going. I'm
gonna
gonna help. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Carl.
okay.
You guys get up. It doesn't take too long to recover your footing, but you have to stop for everyone to sort of regain their footing. Everyone do another dex check, difficulty 15.
12.
15.
I got 16.
Cool. Those of you who didn't make it have to lean up against the dorm that you're running past. As the next round of the earthquake shifts, you've made it a little farther to the next building, but you're still about 2 buildings away. And the mage tower collapses. It breaks in half, splits, falls into the wall. Bricks go flying everywhere. You see furniture flying out of this thing. There's a small fire that starts in the middle of it. So there's some more of that going on. And the ground, again, is not really stopping shaking altogether.
All right, keep going.
One more dex check, please.
15.
3.
Yeah, I don't make that one.
Uno!
Me too. But I had a
You
plus
got to
2,
brace
so-
yourself again.
Okay.
Ken, you fall flat on your face as some
Ow, my
sort
face.
of magical structure appears to start emerging from the ground. Where the mage tower once was, some sort of new tower appears to be rising up out of the brick and the dirt. Bricks are flying everywhere. The ground feels extremely unstable. And that'll do it for this week.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks, Dan.
It's the giant penis from Listomania.
That was episode 4, everybody. Thanks for listening. Anything you want to plug? Well,
The same old, same old. Hey, you guys, check the social medias and shit. Stuff's going to get fun soon.
and then brianposehn.com for tour dates.
Ohio.
Shut up, Adam Carolla. Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.